Hey, everybody. I wanted to continue our coverage for Nancy Guthrie, who's been missing for over a week now. Today is February 9th. It's the deadline for the latest ransom deadline. And please contact the FBI if you do have any information. I'm going to bring in a live feed from Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. He's on site once again. And I want to make sure that I give him credit where credit's due. So let me pull that up.
A bit later on tonight to show you what it looks like once it gets dark. For new people in the chat, we did this a couple days ago. We were out here. I'll go get the flashlight and I'll just show you how dark it is out here. We're doing good on battery. Reception's pretty good out here. We got 53% battery with a charger, so we're good. We're not losing steam. So
Jonathan,
welcome everyone. Everyone can have an opinion and perspective on what's going on. Their take on this, your theories.
5 p.m.
We want to hear it. We want to see it. Share in the chat. Share in the chat. I will continue to, and plus we share what other media journalists share and what people are saying. New statement by the Pima County Sheriff says they are following up new leads, and we can expect to see an active law enforcement present at the Guthrie residences. I have not noticed anything at Nancy or Annie's house. This is Brian Enton reporting. They're coming back here. They're coming back. Oh boy.
And keep in mind, there are 3
This is what they said. They are coming back.
2 daughters and
we
a son.
expect to see an active law. They're going to do a search.
In-laws.
I suspect.
I don't mean to keep interrupting him, but that looks like Sean Rice. I could be wrong.
As reported the other day, I shared this. A letter went out to residents late last week informing them that law enforcement plans to do searches around this particular area in Nancy's. I don't know about Annie's, but in Nancy's home here. So that could be something.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Just a heads up, we are just a few minutes away from the deadline from the ransom note. I haven't heard any new updates. We will see what is discussed right now. I'm sharing Jonathan.
They put out a statement. So this is, it looks like, I would say tomorrow. I can't see them doing it tonight, but who knows? We'll stick around. We'll stick around at least a while after it gets dark. I will be back here bright and early tomorrow. So I think it starts tomorrow. You can't do searches at night when it's pitch black. I mean, it's not feasible right here, right? You could miss things, whatever. You need light.
I'm going to pause Jonathan for a moment. I just want to say, hey, everyone, welcome back. Today's, we're giving you the latest on the ongoing disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, who's 84 years old. Who's still missing from the Catalina foothills area just north of Tucson, Arizona, which I showed you a map yesterday of the area. It's very woodsy, mountainous, a lot of brush, but it's a livable area. Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of businesses in the area, as Jonathan reported yesterday. We are not working together. I'm just streaming his stream because I think it's an important issue. Anybody who has any kind of information, please, 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 please reach out to the FBI. Let me pop this up if it'll allow me. This is the official FBI missing persons report, and this is an update from February 9th, which is just over a week that she's been missing and or abducted and or kidnapped. The FBI number is there, 1-800-CALL-FBI, very easy to remember. And let me remove that and put Jonathan back up. Nancy was last seen on the evening of January 31st, to recap, after being dropped off at her home following dinner with her family. She was reported missing the next day when she didn't show up for church. Investigators have found her phone, wallet, and car at the house. And authorities say there's evidence that has them treating this as a possible abduction. Remember, there's also blood evidence that was found on the porch that matched the DNA of Nancy. The Pima County Sheriff's Department, with help from the FBI, is continuing this search, and there's currently a $50,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts. As of now, no suspects have been publicly named, and the search for Nancy continues. We'll keep you updated as more information comes in, so make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay on the loop, whether it be my channel or Jonathan's. Most likely Jonathan's, because he's actually on site. He deserves more credit than I do. But at the same time, I want you to be aware that Jonathan just recently stated that the Pima Sheriff's Department is going to be heading back to the Guthrie home, probably to do more investigations, some more evidence gathering. We don't know specifics, but he did just mention that. So let me go back live with Jonathan, who's on site currently. Also, there's 3 siblings that are concerned about their mother.
Active law enforcement presence.
Video earlier,
we can expect to see an active law enforcement presence at the Guthrie residences.
It was slightly gut-wrenching to watch. I'm not going to display it here, but I do want you to locate it if you'd like to see it for yourselves. And I'll let Jonathan talk.
So there you go, folks. Deadline is right here. It's here, folks. So that is the breaking news. So this is now they might block it off. They might block it off from the public. So they're saying that they're going to do searches at both residences, active searches, law enforcement, not searches. I'm sorry, I'm not going to use the word searches. An active law enforcement presence at both Guthrie's residence or whatever other residence they have. I mean, they're saying plural. Wow. We can expect to see an active law enforcement present at Guthrie residences, plural.
Keep that in mind. There are 3 children of Nancy.
We got a deadline, folks.
Except for
5 minutes. 5-minute countdown. 5-minute countdown.
Today's show as a co-host. But there are Guthrie homes in the area, so they're going to be each searched per what Jonathan just stated, from what he has gathered from either other reporters or from law enforcement themselves in the county sheriff's.
So Alex here is going to let law enforcement know, because he was over at Annie and Tommaso's home, and he said across the street from them it's a bunch of soft sand, like really, really soft sand. And he's going to go let the sheriff know right now to pass that tip along, because he's like, see him, he's going down there and he's going to talk to law enforcement. I mean, he's going to show him a picture, I think, too. He's giving them a tip. Whether they take that information, pass it along, I think it's a good tip. Soft sand. If they're saying there's going to be an active law enforcement presence around the Guthrie's homes, I would assume it's searches. It'd be searches. He has a picture, like he's showing the deputy right now a picture of soft sand, and he stuck his, it's like soft, like quicksand, like a lot of like sand, soft sand.
When it's sandy like that, you're able to locate footprints, shoe prints, boot prints, sandals, anything like that. So if the weather doesn't change,
anything and everything's possible per se.
They might be able to gather more information,
especially around the homes of the key people. It's this home and the last people she was with. Definitely search, or in between.
I don't like to make any
or in between
guesses at this time. I think law enforcement.
So yeah, I'll be out here bright and early. Definitely coming here. I'm coming here bright and early, but I'll monitor Annie's house too, and we'll go from there. We'll go which place they go to. They might go to both places at the same time. I think it starts tomorrow. I really do. First light.
It's true, Teresa. Christy's very focused, and as well as
I think you are, and start
you all should be, if not more.
Few minutes, folks. Deadline. A few more minutes. Deadline. Here it comes. A couple more minutes, folks. Deadline approaches.
James, I worry about everybody who's missing, especially children. If you've seen any of my previous streams, you'd know that's a gut-wrenching situation, especially about the missing children or anything related to children. So please don't take it as my stream is focused on one lady. It's more bringing it to our attention and also letting a leeway to other missing children, adults, especially the elderly.
And for people in the chat, I will show you again what it looks like out here once it gets dark. It's black.
Yes, Rose, the deadline has passed for 5 p.m. Arizona time or Mountain Standard Time. It's been a few minutes now for the 5 p.m. Again, we don't know what law enforcement and or the FBI have done, received, on the phone with, contacted, as well as the family involved, right? Savannah and her sister and brother. We don't know what's occurring behind closed doors, if you will. So what's happening here is Jonathan Lee Rich's Investigates channel. He's there live, been there all day today. He was all day there, all day yesterday,
back out.
Not previously last week. I didn't catch on.
Looks like he's taking that information. He's taking that tip.
Thanks, James.
Interesting.
I appreciate that.
So, soft sand right around the home of Annie and Tommaso. Soft sand. Sand. So he was over there today, and he's just sleuthing around, and he noticed the terrain. We shared the terrain too on a live a couple of the mornings ago, just showing you just around the area. But there is like these ditches and gullies and places where like water runs, and he's saying there's a bunch of soft sand.
Keep in mind, it's
almost like quicksand.
Is
like really
a fragile elderly woman, like 84 years old. She has medical issues
down and goes in.
From the evening of February 1st, the morning of February 1st, that her pacemaker would not connect with her iPhone
100% possible,
phone,
especially around key players' homes here. 100% possible. One, if this crime occurred, we'll just say the window of this crime was probably from dark Saturday to light Sunday morning. So what can you do in the middle of the night? No light, pitch black. There's your opportunity. There's your opportunity to do something. If there's no kidnapping.
And again, we're making assumptions
here. You could be kidnapped out of your home, but I'm talking a longevity kidnapping. Longevity. Kidnapped out. She could have got kidnapped and taken, but instantly something happened to her.
Case.
So we don't know.
So I stand corrected. That's not Sean Rice in the blue shirt.
He's sharing that information. He's writing it down. He's writing it down on his paper. Let's go see. Let's go. Oh, no, he's leaving. He's walking away. All right, so let's get some scoop and find out what he said. We're going to get some info about this tip that he gave.
Let me go full.
All right, Alex, come on in. I'm going to here, spin it around. No, come here. All right, so you went over to law enforcement. What exactly did you do?
Just let them know that I was over at Annie's house, but maybe he doesn't know their names, but he's like, who's that?
He didn't know who that was.
I don't know.
Wow.
Fucking with me. Do they do that on purpose? I don't know.
So he was like acting like he didn't know.
Yeah, he's first he asked me if I was on parole or probation.
He did?
Yeah.
He asked you if you were parole probation. Why?
They always do.
They do?
No.
You go give law enforcement a tip, and the first thing they ask is if you're on parole or probation?
Yeah. Then he took the call.
He stereotyped you.
Feel me?
He stereotyped you, maybe.
But anyway,
that's crazy. Hey, law enforcement, I have some information I want to give you. First, are you on probation or parole?
Oh, that's in California. That's regular.
That's crazy.
In the nice neighborhoods and the shitty neighborhoods.
Nice neighborhoods. Are you on parole or probation? All right. So what happened?
So I told him that I was over at that gully across the way, and there was like a big old. I don't know if did you post a picture?
Oh, I didn't post a picture. Show your picture and put it to the screen. So he was over there at Annie and Tommaso's home. He didn't go on the property, on a public street.
And make sure you tell it.
Show it up. If you could go there. Might be enough. Let me see. Hold on. Do it again. Hold on. We're gonna show. It's like sand, right? It's like almost like
Yeah, and it's like a big spot, like a not to say it, but a body size. And I put a.
I don't know if you could see that, folks. Probably not, but it's just like sand.
So anyway, he's gonna send me a link.
It's gonna send you a
He said
link to send the
detective's
tip.
gonna give me a call. So maybe I can get some info.
So we said detectives are gonna give you a call.
Call, and then he said that she's gonna send me a link to send them the picture.
No, I think it's actually
You never know.
something you have to look at. It's particularly when they just
Might
put
be
out
weird.
that
Right.
they're looking around the properties more or less. They're saying
And-
there's going to be activity at the Guthrie's homes. Activity, what would that be? A search.
And Savannah said,
What'd she say?
asking for, you know what I mean?
Asking
if
for
you see
help. If
anything,
you see anything,
hey, even if it's little. That's the only reason I was like, okay, maybe I just done nothing. You know?
this is
But
getting
now that you said that.
more and more wild.
The drone.
The drones are up. So I'm gonna spin the camera around. Good work, man. We'll see if they actually act on
It's
it.
really bring more attention to
Can't
other
believe they asked
missing
you on
children,
probation or
adults,
parole.
elderly. So it's
What if he
a
said
good
yes? He
story
said, "I
to
can't
promote.
talk
It
to you."
is nationwide alert.
We
Everyone
want to find you credible.
it seems, or a lot of
My
people are
address is
aware.
still in the area.
Excuse me. So here in Arizona, it's been
All right, folks.
Remote
Deadline.
new-
Deadline.
Five?
Yeah, we missed it. We were talking to. I mean, it's 5:04. Deadline is passed. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Deadline is passed. What does all that mean?
But keep in mind, we don't know what's happening behind
What
is that all I mean?
we're at the families' residences.
Drones are up.
We don't know.
Drones are up. Probably these media outlets are going to start doing their reports. We'll stay out here and see what happens here. Maybe law enforcement comes today.
As I stated
We are on
yesterday,
standby
we're
outside the home of
is going to be presenting at a
Nancy.
press conference on site.
We'll see.
Not that I'm aware of occurred today. I
That's
don't know what the future holds. So we'll see what that occurs.
You going to be back
Again, it
tomorrow?
reached 87 degrees on my side of town.
Gonna be here
You
first
imagine
thing.
what the heat is in
Here first
Tucson,
light.
and you have to stay hydrated. If Nancy have any issues, they better keep her hydrated minimally, and potentially getting her medication that she needs.
Scares me, man. It scares me until like the Delphi case. Like she's asking us for help. The world.
It just brings back some trauma for me losing my mom. So I think that's why it's important that I'm covering it from my perspective. Anyone who can relate to that, please hug your moms if you still have them. Hug your dads, siblings. You never know when life can change. Yes, Billy girl, it's that warm, 87 degrees. I had to switch into my shorts.
Looks like a lot of activity is going to start happening. Tell her to get out. Hey, there's somebody on there. Yeah. Hey.
I'll beat up the dudes. You got to talk to the chick.
Hey.
I do recommend you subscribe to Jonathan's channel. It's at
Said I know.
Lee Riches.
She's on her property. I told her, don't go over there.
He's
Don't go over there.
Giving
She's like, I
a lot
know.
of kudos
Okay.
from the internet because he is
All
there.
right, you're on your
Willing to Be
own.
there all day
I warned her.
until dusk, like he did
I
yesterday.
just went around on her property, and this is the woman that's called police. She's making all on her property. I'm not trying to dry snitch on her or anything. Like, I'm trying to help her. I want to see anybody getting arrested for going on somebody's property. But paparazzis take risk, man. They're like, hey, I'll take the citation if I can get the money shot. I don't want to see anybody get in trouble. But I mean, it's also, you can't really
girl
be on
and everyone else.
property
Hold
like
on.
that if she don't want to. That she was out here really like going at people. There was people like with generators and stuff on her property, and she's like, "Get off my property!"
I get the channel in a moment, but I want to put this out there so you have it.
All right, so yeah, we will wait. We'll wait.
Which I'm
About an hour
looking for is any
it
updates on
actually
my
feels much cooler out here now.
It's the ransom deadline.
I might position myself a little bit for Durden. Not yet, but we'll see. Let me see if there's a good spot in a second. I like it here though.
I like
You got like this bird's eye view. What's going on?
I like
Probably about 6:30.
right.
I think I was out here about a half hour after the sun
Right.
went down.
Probably not gonna be much. Or
Well, I want to show everyone. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get my flashlight so we can prepare for when it gets dark, because I'll take you on for a walk. I'll get that in a few minutes.
I have a couple lights.
Yeah. So like a flashlight. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get a flashlight.
There's a link to Jonathan's channel. He doesn't know I'm doing this. I just feel like I need to support him from a content creator / independent journalist on a topic that's near and dear to my heart regarding any elderly person. And in this case, Nancy Guthrie, at 84 years old, amazing that this would occur. Veteran 61, I've heard read a couple other comments regarding Annie and her husband, Tommaso. There has been many other folks thinking along the lines of your comment. Until we receive any real data, or if the law enforcement have enough evidence, we just have to keep watching and praying that Nancy will return safely. And no matter who the person or people are, he, she, they, right? They need to be prosecuted to the fullest degree of the law, because this is just unacceptable to anybody. Which again, as James stated, he points out that there are more than 300,000 missing children. So keep that in mind too, that we need to stay focused on protecting everyone. And with everything going on in the country, I hope that we can watch out for each other. As I've talked about in the past about your circle of influence. You can only manage, control, in contact, share information with people and or within your circle of influence. By meeting and knowing more people like neighbors, school officials, things like that, you can increase that circle of influence and get the word out to more people. And again, my channel's not that big, but I figure it's important to get this out there. And if there are other channels that are covering this also, I'm, again, kudos to everybody. Not just the main news reporter, the mainstream media, but YouTubers and content creators and independent journalists who are actually, like Jonathan describes himself as boots on the ground, are there also reporting and sharing information and filming what we might not see in a short clip on mainstream media. Veteran 61 adds, yeah, this kidnapping is a ruse. When was the last time somebody was kidnapped that had a relative that was a celebrity? So it could be a way to get to Savannah. It's possible. And again, I don't want to make any guesses or assumptions on anything until we hear more about evidence collected and when law enforcement and the FBI supporting them come up with a strong enough case that they will take whoever they identify, not just the persons of interest, but the actual abductors / kidnappers. Again, I'm assuming plural. I could be wrong. a lot of the folks have conjecture about what really is going on. So I don't blame you for having these speculations and based on what you know. Again, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole because until I see more and the law enforcement and FBI actually can firm up a case or the evidence to identify people, not just people of interest, but the actual abductors, I think that's what I'm waiting for. Now, as we saw, it's about 20 minutes past the deadline for the ransom note requirement. Again, we don't know what's going on at the, I'll call it the headquarters of law enforcement, what they've been doing, what they've been involved in, anybody who's been on the phone or in contact with the abductors, we don't know. And also praying that Nancy's safe somewhere, not anything else happening to her, and that she'll return home safely to her family. I think any family who has an elderly parent, they would feel the same way. Just stay focused on her being returned safely. Yes, Smucko, she's still missing. Currently, there's a FBI offered a $50,000 reward for information leading to recovery or arrest, and obviously locating Nancy Guthrie. They showed earlier today from a drone perspective on the news, she has a very beautiful home. It's elaborate. It's got a very good sized pool, beautiful backyard, all fixed up and looking good. She lives quite well, which is good for her. I just hope that everybody understands that it can happen to anybody. And as James has pointed out, that it's happening to children almost every day around the country. So again, I'm not the only streamer doing this. I'm assisting Jonathan by providing his live stream out to another group of viewers. And hopefully by keeping this going day by day, we actually get some resolution on a positive, not a negative. Honestly, veteran, I don't know. Exactly. But the community there, I've not heard if it's a gated community with security and all that. If that house in the background is Nancy Guthrie's, it's right off the road. So keep that in mind too. My assumption is that might not be hers because they probably don't want the news reporters up close where they need to still gather evidence, which is what what Jonathan reported earlier. Philly girl, I really don't know. I don't know the background. I didn't do that. I didn't find anything research wise, married, if she's widowed or anything along those lines. I'll continue researching. Don't get me wrong, as best I can. And whatever information Jonathan shares also. That's why I'm suggesting keep watching his channel for live stream all day. Good point, veteran. The kidnapping story might not be the true story. It could be very well an inside job. It would very well be an inside job since there was no, forced entry that anyone indicated so far. So we've seen other stories broadcasted on YouTube and real life true stories where family members have taken unalived their other family members for various reasons. Hey, Razmataz, how you doing? Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Rhonda confirmed that Nancy is a widow, so I'm sharing that with everybody. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda Stover, 6697. And Philly Girl also added the father died years ago. Savannah was young, so did lose her father already. I'm sure this is even more gut-wrenching until she gets her mother back, as well as other family members, right? I don't want to make any guesses or assumptions at this point. I believe we should let law enforcement and the FBI do what they need to do as far as investigating and gathering evidence. They've only been at this for just over a week. Remember, February 1st at noon was when law enforcement was contacted that she was missing. Based on their initial investigations, like the blood on the porch with matching DNA to Nancy, they quickly deduced it was a crime scene and that she may have been abducted against her will. That's correct, Teresa. Proof of life is so very simple. And they haven't that we know of. That's not good. Exactly. Proof of life, it can be made in a variety of ways, right? Specifically, her talking to her family. That would be the best way for proof of life, from my opinion. And we don't know if that's occurred or not. We don't know if money exchanged hands. We don't know if there's been a surge in Bitcoin. If anybody's in Bitcoin, you might want to check. I don't know if it's viewable or if you can analyze that. I don't know enough about Bitcoin. But it is interesting that they chose to receive the monies that way, right? Because there's a lot of areas where it cannot be tracked.
Yeah. Got these flashlights. All right,
Hey,
back. JLR investigates.
Hello to you too.
Took me
and
a minute
you're welcome
to
for the coverage. It's more Jonathan Lee.
get to the vehicle because it's just so far. Man, I had to park all the way down the street because there's no parking around here.
Yeah, I've just noticed that it's a long day, so it's hard for him to
Right there. Yeah, they got their spots reserved.
That's one of the reasons
so they got different media outlets that have like claim spots.
Because I can actually talk and share with you, answer questions, things like that.
It's sunset in about 45 minutes. Now, some of the media is reporting they could be coming back to search tonight. Like they could come back. So we might have to, I don't know how long the stream will stay up, and then we might come back on like instantly or what. I might take like a half-hour break and come back on. Should we stay on? Stream's going to run out. I'm definitely going to get the stream done by 12 hours because we want to keep the stream. But I might just set up here. What should we sit and wait and see what comes? Or kind of just fall back and just wait to see if there's actually something going on and take a dinner break and come back. Well, we're on it. We're on standby. So I haven't decided yet.
Again, not to speak over Jonathan, but they've already done forensic sweeps, K9 units, drones.
It'll be interesting to see if the media go home.
So they've done their initial sweeps to some detail, right? But if you do go back, you may find other sources of evidence. For example, the gentleman who walked up to the law enforcement and shared the photo of what he pictured, a concave area in the grounds. Don't know if we couldn't see the photo pretty clearly the way that it was presented. But excuse me, there's still always more to look at. Right? And as you might recall from the map, or you can look it up on Google Maps yourself, the Catalina foothill is a very large area. And it doesn't mean that she's still in the area. That's why the FBI has reached out to other states and other locations. Even here in Arizona, I'm North Phoenix. Who's to say that she's not in this area right now? No, she's not with me. No, I have nothing to do with this. I'm just reporting on it. Hey, Denise.
Going to stick around at
Sorry,
least.
Joe, to your point, but keep in mind they may be able to get their hands on the necessary
maybe an hour or so after it gets dark
from a different source than just like a prescription that she's already had. Especially if you didn't take that if she was abducted, and all this is alleged, but you can perceive it the way you want. Concerning to me is that they stop at night. I just find that the proper lighting, you can still search longer in the short time that we've had. But I'm not telling law enforcement what to do. That's just my opinion. But you never know. The longer the time passes, things can go south pretty quick. And also they did surrounding areas, canvases of streets, homes, security footage collection. And whenever you gather a bunch of footage, you have to review it. And if you don't have a lot of resources or you receive so many businesses, right, it has to be reviewed and it takes time for that. So when you're putting together a case, in my assumption, based on what I'm aware of, it takes time to pull all that together and make connections, like a vehicle driving through the street nearby, where to
Deadline passed. We don't know if a ransom has been made.
or other convenience
We
store
don't know.
that it may have stopped at. You might be able to get pictures, blurry or clear, photos of the individuals with that vehicle, right? If that's how they abducted her, right? So there's a lot involved with firming up the case and evidence, as well as if you send something off to the crime lab, right? We've heard that before. It takes time for things to get processed. Obviously, in this case, if they've already deduced that her blood DNA matched, the blood DNA found on the porch matched Nancy Guthrie, then you can see that the crime lab is putting things higher up than others. They're focusing on whatever evidence they receive and are processing it in a timely manner. Yeah, their authorities are actively reviewing evidence, interviewing potential interests.
Sure.
Ransom style messages have been being verified, so they've not been not confirmed yet. The reward is out there. I personally, if I had any information, would not accept the reward. I would just
I'm probably gonna. No, I appreciate
I'm
it.
9 miles away. Hey, I live with my twin daughter, and then next door is my son.
Well, when
and
this
other
is
daughter.
when this is all done,
As far as suspects go, none publicly identified, but the vehicle of interest is under review via surveillance footage. So keep that in mind. They have identified a vehicle that they have. It's almost like a vehicle of interest, person of interest. So if they can get a clear picture of the license plate or who's been in behind the
Nancy's
wheel,
found safe.
any other
Found
vehicle,
resolution.
it takes time to complete all that, and it is a process.
That's what we're hoping
It
for.
has to be followed.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, he never texted me. He just wanted to see if I.
I think Smarty Jones, as far as
Uh,
guessing the percentage of
He
her
took your name?
status, whether she's unalive,
You did?
I would not be able
Probably
to
ran your name.
estimate that because you really don't know yet what occurred, right? We don't know if she's off on her own for her own decision to go with friends somewhere.
I'm gonna
That could
go
be.
down here and take a picture.
We are in the Arizona
all
with
the crowds.
hiking, a lot of
see what it looks like.
small towns, small city villages, if you will, in the area, throughout Arizona, I should say. She could be ill and stay with a friend, and the friend just doesn't have electricity, right? We have areas where they don't use electricity, so it's interesting in that respect too. Don't forget. You're welcome, Deb. So I wouldn't even venture a guess at this point. Let's see what the additional evidence gathered, if they do gather additional evidence, and what's shared. You can see that a lot of the reporters and YouTubers and folks are still recording, and there's Jonathan there by the Pima County Sheriff's vehicle. He's taking some still shots. Let me put this up there. Teresa says, breaking news. Harvey at TMZ said no funds are deposited into Bitcoin account 2 minutes ago. So it is now approximately 5:35, so it's been 35 minutes. Per Harvey at TMZ, Harvey Levin, said no funds are deposited to the Bitcoin. I don't know the source, but that's what Teresa just shared with us. So I wanted to share that with you all too. Thanks, Marty. I appreciate that. We're talking about a life here, so it's very hard for me to estimate anything at this time. I'm trying to keep a level head and not emotional, right? Because we have to deal with the facts. Because if we go off on a tangent, they could actually have a wrong person of interest. And we've seen that before too, and that could cause
I
damage
just
to
wanted to see
someone's
the
life.
crowd here. Media is starting to
I can
leave.
relate to that.
There are some media that's starting to leave. Boy, I'm going to show you what it looks like here at night. We're going to go for a walk tonight.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Nothing.
I do appreciate Jonathan putting forth the effort and time and staying there for as long as he does for the last several days, if not last week also. But we still have news crew there, which is good from mainstream media or other channels. And also he just said he's gonna do a walk around. So that might be interesting to watch too. Let's give this a little bit more time live. So if anything does get like a press conference or law enforcement has something to say, at least we'll be seeing it live. And I agree, Marty. We're all hoping to bring it live until the story comes to an end. Teresa's added the source of TMZ because they had that.
Some of the media reports are saying that
sent to him with the tail. Okay.
Tommaso hasn't been seen in days. Like, where's Tommaso?
Marty Jones, I'm not really sure. The canine units are sniffer dogs more so, right? Versus the
How is it in their family between them? I wonder. Between Annie.
I see your comment, Bonnie. It is a sad state of affairs if that comes to fruition. I just get concerned that I don't want to give up hope because all my prayers go toward her and her family. And in my world, that does mean
we're going to stick around as it's dark.
I have several very powerful lights, spotlights, light stands, the goggle kind that you can wear over your head that beams. There's a lot of potential for doing nighttime investigating. Now, I don't know if they did it last week at all in that respect.
Alex is leaving.
Didn't look backwards. My research.
You have a good night, sir. Be safe. Nice to see you. He'll be back. I'm going to move down a little bit. Go a little closer. A little closer. A little closer.
So the purported ransom note included February 9th as a key deadline that has passed approximately 40 minutes ago. Again, we don't know what law enforcement and FBI and the family are doing behind closed doors. We're just seeing an on-site view from Jonathan Lee Ritchie's investigation. Investigates, that's his channel. I posted it there, but let me repost it so anybody new can find it.
We wait.
One of the major issues in Arizona is dehydration. It's so easy to become dehydrated, young or old, it doesn't matter. You really need to stay hydrated as much as possible because it makes such a difference. People get hospitalized, especially in the summertime here, just by heat stroke and dehydration. You can see these vehicles are just coming home probably from work or the store or something, driving up the street that they're at, where they probably live. And there's no police presence on that ride. It's on the other side of the street. Campbell Road, I believe. Yeah, I found it interesting yesterday. They expanded their alerts. So the FBI created digital billboards in cities like Houston to solicit tips. Those digital billboards, even in Detroit, where I originated from, born and raised, Detroit, Michigan, they put those up. So you can figure when they're digital like that, you could reach quite a few of them using the computer, the internet, whatever you want to call it that they use. You can update that information with any new information, or in this case, FBI requesting tips and providing a phone number with Nancy's photo around different states.
Jeez, what?
Yeah, Pipe Man. Funny, Arizona sold its water rights to Saudi Arabia, the same group that did 911. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's interesting. I hear you.
I gotta get through.
And it is quite interesting because we cannot live without water here. And it's almost like a control thing, right? You control the rights to the water, you have a lot of power. Cookie, I like that statement. Cookie 2026. Kindness is the highest level of wisdom. Nice job. That's really nice. Teresa continues to add, Harvey Levin has been checking it all week, unless there is another secret ransom note with new instructions. Valid point. And that's the kind of stuff, Teresa, then, and everybody that we don't know what's happening, right? We don't know what else was provided. They may have shown us what they did know, and maybe they've received new information. There's certain things that when you're in investigation, I assume, you have to keep close to the vest. Otherwise, you may tip off other people or the abductors themselves to know what you're doing and what your plans are. So let's be cognizant of that also, that not a lot of information may be shared. They may know more, and maybe preferably not less than what we know. So currently the investigation is focused on the Catalina foothills area with the physically looking in the law enforcement and FBI, but it doesn't mean they're solely looking there. They're also
Neighbor just
going
yelled
to
at
the Guthrie
somebody else.
police.
Like, this is private property.
Well, as Jonathan
Get off my
stated.
property. I'll call the police. Did you hear her? Did you hear her? Could you hear her?
I'll put in the description to the
Film
poster, Jonathan's link, and the timeline that I'm aware of as of today. I wish I had more information to share. I'm sure Jonathan would like to too. But all
He's telling her now, look.
what we hear, know, find out. And that's Jonathan Lee Ritchie.
He's telling her, get off the property. Don't come back. Stay off my property. She started going through her property on the woods. She's telling her, get off my property. You come back on the property, I will call police.
It would be a challenging situation, right? Because reporters need to report, they need a place to report from. They don't want to obstruct anything. And with law enforcement in the area, they're doing their best to keep the neighbors satisfied, I guess. But I'm hoping the neighbors would understand what's going on and realize that who knows what's happening on their own property. Not so much that reporters are reporting from it, but what else is happening, like evidence, right? I do not recognize the lady in the bottom right reporting right now. I don't recognize her, but if I ever see her, I will add her name to the description and future streams. And because it's a public street, you may have other people walking around interested, not really involved, not really any other reason to be there except that they're curious, right? So that's another challenge for the officers.
Chop her up. Chop her up. Chop her up.
Jonathan has covered quite a bit of key stories like Brian Carpenter. Just one example. Let me see if I can give you any more details about him. We've already talked about, excuse me. Nancy Guthrie, her age, her location, what's occurred so far, any new details I will share, and as Teresa shared already, new details. But
We're gonna stay out here until it gets dark, so you can see what it looks like when it gets dark. Hi, ma'am.
Hi. You're the TikToker that's been on.
No, I'm JLR. So
Oh, are
what
you?
was going on with the property? What was she saying to
Oh,
you?
I was standing right there, and she just got upset because I guess it's part of her yard.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll move right away." But she mad.
So she
Which
came
is
over and like
understandable.
said what? Like,
Oh, she started yelling at me, "Get out of my yard!" I'm like, "Okay."
we didn't
It's
know.
desert because I don't. Yeah, I didn't know, so I just took it with a grain of salt and said,
She said she would call
Yes,
the cops if you went back on there.
"Yeah." And then she grabbed my shoulder. I was like, "Ma'am, you can't touch me."
She grabbed your shoulder.
Mhm.
Yeah, she got signs, but I mean,
And I
future,
understand it.
future
It's
just
scary.
stay on the street because a lot of neighbors here are getting very and you
It's a
know,
lot of
yeah, I
people.
mean, it's a lot of people here. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
especially for
she had a
Tucson.
bunch of people earlier today with like camera equipment and generators on her yard. She's like, get off my property
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So you got to put yourself in her shoes and stuff like
Of
that. But you're
course.
cool about it. You cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can understand where she's coming from. And this is a lot for Tucson people. They're not used to this.
They're not used to this.
No, it's a small, regardless of it looking like a city, it's a very small town.
Yeah, we got chopped.
Yep.
Hear that? What's the chopper?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Probably news. It's
So-
right here. No, it's military.
Oh, military chopper. We got a military chopper. We got a military chopper. It's the first time I've seen a chopper around here. Let me look on Flight Radar. What is it?
They've been around. I've seen it.
They have? What are they here for? Like, what do you think?
You look on flight radar, there's about three
You
of
do
them
the same
all
thing.
over the place.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of up that way,
Yeah.
like circling a couple days ago. But there was also a missing person up there.
Were you
Yeah,
recording
There's all
me,
sorts of different
ma'am,
things.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
during that?
That Flight Radar
I'm not sure
24
that's
is like,
something
I
significant.
really don't want to be on the
Kind of
news.
what's going on. Might be, you never know.
No, you're okay.
Flight Radar 24 has a chopper. It is it says Medtrans. Unless that's not the same one. Interesting.
The military planes and copters do maneuvers all day long too. So you
Yeah.
never know. And they could have just done a flyby check-in.
Got the flashlight, folks.
Are you streaming?
I am. I'm on
On?
JLR Investigates. You'll probably see yourself later at
I
timestamp.
hope not.
Well, I mean, timestamp. I'll tell you the timestamp. Go check yourself out. Ain't no big deal.
Ugh.
I pointed the camera at you two. At probably, let me see let's see. How long were we in? I would say it was probably 10 minutes or 10 hours and 10 minutes into it. Somewhere. Yeah. So
What is it? YouTube or TikTok?
yeah, YouTube. So I pointed at you two and she came out and started yelling at you. I have to document everything. Don't take it personal.
No
I have to
worries.
document everything, right? Any type of thing goes on, confrontations, people say things, I'm streaming in real time.
Right. What is it, JLR?
JLR investigate. Take a picture of the hat, and then you'll know.
I got you.
Got me? All right.
You've been out here for a few days, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
It was probably a short I caught you on.
Nice.
Because I recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, para que me cuide acá.
Univision's still out here. Still in the house. You guys are grinding. I mean, you guys are doing great. You guys have been out here days just playing it out here. Univision. I think there's going to be a lot of activity here coming soon. Heard my echo.
I know, that's what
Heard
I'm
the
like.
echo. You're playing right now.
Yeah,
You're
no,
playing.
I'm leaving right now. That was enough for me. Wow. Well, you guys stay safe.
Yeah, take care.
Hopefully something
You be
good
safe.
comes.
Thank you. Yeah, stay on the street. Just stay on the street around here. Don't go on any. Just stay on the street. Public street, stay on the street. Stay on the street.
Okay. We're going to cut this at the hour, so we only have a couple of minutes left. It looks like things are
So I'm moving the
probably
camera
slowing
for a
down
second.
for the
Vehicle
evening.
coming. Oh. Oh, you're awesome too. You're welcome. It's a Univision. They're nice people. Those two are nice people. I've been speaking to them periodically. Oh, you're good. So what we're gonna do is, I know a couple days ago, many of you were in this chat, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around at night when it gets dark for new people, just to show you just how dark it is. So I would say in the next 40 minutes or so, it will be pretty black out here, pitch black. 15 minutes, sun goes down. I would say a half hour later, it really pops off as far as it like pitch black. So we'll do that at least. This stream has to end on the 12-hour mark, so we're at 10:19. So we technically have an hour and 40 minutes, hour and a half to still stream. It is winding down out here. It is significantly. There's still a media presence camped out, but you know, people are still here. But it has significantly winded down. But we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to pop off. We need to document just in case. Friends, you know, there could be any police. Forensics could be coming on the way. They might be doing something at night here, like they did over there at Annie and Tomas's. They might be doing some nighttime stuff. We don't know. I think it's going to be a long night. If not, tomorrow, I think it's really going to jump off. They specifically put out a statement just an hour ago that they are going to be law enforcement activity at the Guthrie's residences, plural residence, which is Annie and Tomaso's home and
This is in
Nancy
Hadley,
here, unless they
Bigfoot
have
Hills,
other
just
homes.
north of Tucson,
It's
Arizona. Truth hurts.
residence, plural, with an S. So I'm
Peace
assuming
out.
it's going to happen
Don't make me
within the
smile.
next
It's supposed to be
night.
professional.
tomorrow. We will be there for it. On the front line.
So this is quite interesting. I did a little background check, if you will, on Jonathan Lee Riches, and I came across a Guinness World Book of Records for the most lawsuits filed. I think over 4,000. And it talks about being a fraudster. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So, of course, I went to ChatGPT, and the spelling is different of the first name. And public record versus online persona. The fraudster Jonathan Lee Riches is documented in court records for abusive filings and impersonation. Jonathan Lee Riches operates publicly as a YouTube content creator covering cases and live streams. The oddity of having all three names match, except for the spelling of the first name. Interesting. There's no verified proof currently. There's no court finding, arrest record, or official confirmation. It does recommend seeing, it says, see also vexatious litigation or frivolous litigation. We've recently heard those terms, if anybody knows Arizona. So I just found that quite interesting, the reference there. We'll go back to his live. Okay, we broke the hour mark. I think that's as much we're going to see today. I will stream again tomorrow to make sure Jonathan gets more. Nancy Guthrie gets more coverage, and hopefully more eyes on this might be able to stir up some hints and tips for the FBI. So let me throw this back up there for you. We have the missing persons FBI official poster. Today is February 9, 2026. The update was pretty much status quo that we've been made aware of. I'm going to stop my banner so that you can see on-site coverage by Jonathan Lee Riches investigates, JLR investigates. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? So we're covering the February 9th day, just over a week now, with Nancy Guthrie being missing / abducted / that. Coverage with Jonathan Lee Riches investigates the channel. Let's see if I can push that again. If I didn't, that. Do all this. So I want to give Jonathan, he's on site there in the Catalina foothills north of Tucson, Arizona. It's about 100 miles plus from me. So with everything going on this week, I won't be able to get there unless an opening occurs and I get a driver. But other than that, I'm looking at Jonathan doing the on-site filming and reporting on his channel, and I'm piggybacking on it, giving me credit where credit's due, and providing any information that's gathered, up-to-date information, because it's not always easy when you're there filming by yourself and also giving recaps to your viewers, right? So that's where I'm looking out for to help him with that. Yeah, there's a lot of stories going on in Arizona, and I'm just going to leave it at that. No, yes, I think I should leave it at that. So I will we'll end the stream here. Well, I hate when he gets something interesting like a different view than the sheriff's truck, right, from Pima County. But dusk is setting, right? It's about 6 p.m. now. It's an hour past the ransom deadline. We don't know what's happening with the FBI and the law enforcement from Pima County and the families of Nancy Guthrie, right? Jonathan did say that the law enforcement is going to be revisiting the Guthrie homes, and that's plural, probably to check for more evidence, probably check the area again, or even more of a perimeter in the area, because she could be found anywhere at any time. Praying that she's safe and healthy enough that she can get any additional help that she would need, such as health care from the hospital or emergency room. But I want her to be safe, and you know my perspective on that. I stated it earlier. So, hey, Petty Brock, how you doing? You can see the link for Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. He's on site in North Tucson in the Catalina foothills, where Nancy Guthrie's home is located. And as you know or may not know, she's an 84-year-old woman who February 1st was deduced that she was missing. At noon on February 1st, law enforcement was contacted because she missed an event at church after arriving home the night before from a family dinner. Last time she was seen was when the garage door was closing, her entering her home. So since then, everybody's been on the lookout for her, and the FBI is now supporting the Pima County Sheriff's Department, who's taken the lead. And I did not hear any press conference plans for a press conference, but anything can happen at any time, as we all know. So with that said, thank you. I pray also for her safe return. So I will let you all go. If you do want to continue watching, which is very interesting because you never know when something might come up. Arizona is a beautiful state. You can see the sun setting there. It's quite beautiful with the colors. But I will let you all go. And if anything comes up, I'll jump back on. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for February 10th updates. And hopefully we'll have better news. Take care, Jonathan. You're doing a great job, buddy. I doubt you're hearing me, but I just want to let you know. Okay, y'all take care. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you so much for your support. Bye now.